This video is for M6 Paper 1 June 2022. This one here, question 1, it says complete the following. Shape A has been to make shape B using a scale factor of. So the way you would look at it is you look at the sides of it. So you can see the top side is 1 square and you can see the top side of the bigger shape is got 3 squares. So it's actually got a scale factor of 3, so it's 3 times bigger. So this has been enlarged to make shape B using a scale factor of 3. So for question 2, a fair 6-sided dice is rolled once. So you've got 3 things coming up. So an even number is rolled, a number greater than 0 is rolled, a number less than 2 is rolled. Label the boxes with the correct letter to show the probability of A, B and C. So we start off with the easiest ones. So an even number is rolled. So that's, you've got the same amount of even numbers as odd numbers. So that should be even here. It should be in the middle. So A would be in the middle. So a number greater than 0 is rolled. So that means it's certain because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on a dice. So that's all of them are bigger than 0. So this should be here. And then the last one, a number less than 2 is rolled, should end up being on this particular box. So question 3, it says, John earns £9 per hour. He worked 25 hours last week. He saved 2/5 of his earnings. How much did he save? So first of all, we want to get the total of how much he earned in the week. So what we look for is 9 times 25. So he's worked 9 hours, £9 per hour, and he worked 25 hours. So that means he comes out with £225. Take that £225 and you get 2/5 of 225. So that all that means is 225 divided by 5 multiplied by 2, which then should be 90. And that's how much he saved. So when John is 21 years old, he'll get a 15% pay rise. How much extra will he earn per hour? So if we look at this here, we've got 15% of 900. Now this 900 comes from the £9 per hour. Because it's asking how much extra will he earn per hour, I've changed the £9 to pence because it makes it easier to work with. So you've got 15% of 900. So basically all that means is 900 divided by 100, which is 9. And then we do 9 times 15, which is 135. 135 is £1.35. So the sketch below shows a triangular field. Two sides have lengths 50 metres and 90 metres. The angle between these sides is 70 degrees. So we draw a line here, which is, you can see that the scale says 1 centimetre is 10 metres. So that would be 9 centimetres, this line here. So you get a ruler, measure 9 centimetres. Then you would get a protractor and measure 70 degrees at this point. So this line would be 70 degrees. You put a point there when you're using your protractor and then get your ruler. And you can see it says 50 metres, so it's 5 centimetres. So your ruler from here, you would draw 5 centimetres. And once you've done that, you can just join those two lines together. So question 5 says, below is a menu from Dilly's Diner. A 2-course lunch is made up of 1 starter and 1 main course. Work out the number of different 2-course lunches that can be ordered from this menu. So you have to logically work through which starter and main course as you go along. So for this one, it's soup in place. So that's soup and beef, soup and chicken, soup and quiche. So that's the combination with soup. Then we look at mushrooms, and the combination with mushrooms is mushroom in place, mushroom and beef, mushroom and chicken, mushroom and quiche. And then the last bit is your ribs. So it'll be ribs in place, ribs and beef, ribs and chicken, and ribs and quiche. So that's your starter and mains, all the different combinations you can have. So as you can see, that says 12 lunches because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 lunches for this one. So for question 8, it says translate triangle A, 7 right and 4 down, and label your answer B. So this is your shape here that you should get. So what you do is you take each point. Translate just means to move it around. So we're going to move it 7 right and 4 down. So take each point and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and draw your point. And you do that with every single point on that triangle, and you should get these 3 points here, and you just join them up. So describe the translation which maps shape B onto shape A. So we translated it from A to B. Now they're wanting for you to look at translating it from B to A. So it's just the opposite way. So you'll see there, instead of 7 right, it was 7 left. Instead of 4 down, it's 4 up. So you're just going the opposite way for that one. Then it says reflect triangle A and the line x equals 1. So we draw the line x equals 1. So the way to draw this line is you look in your x-axis, you look for where 1 is, and then you just draw a line right through that. So we've got to reflect triangle A and the line x equals 1. So we start with the mirror line, which is your x equals 1, and we count 1, 2 to one of the points, and then we go 1, 2, and draw our point here. And we do that with every single point, always starting from the mirror line, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And once you've done all the points, you'll get a shape like this, and you just join the dots for that one. So question 7 is an estimation question. For the first part, we're going to round things up or down on this one. So we can see 395, we can round it to 400. We can see 9.88, we can round it to 10, and we can see 53, which is rounded to 50. Now we can multiply the top part of the fraction. You can see 400 times 10 is 4,000, and then we've got over 50. Now we can divide top and bottom by 10, which means then we can take those 2 zeros out of it. So what we're left is 400 divided by 5. And a way of doing that is just basically just using it this way, 400 divided by 5, and then work it out, and that should be 80 for that answer. So for question 8, Andrew cycles at a steady speed from his home to school for a meeting. So this is it here, steady speed. He arrives home at 9:15, or he leaves home at 9:15 and arrives at school at 9:45. So you can see here, 9:15, it's halfway between 9:10 and 9:20. So these are 5 every 5 minutes. So 9:15 is here, and it arrives at the school at 9:45, which is there. The distance from his home to school is 5 kilometers. So we look at where 5 is, and we just put the point at here. So the 9:45 would be at 5 kilometers. He spends 20 minutes at the school before returning home again. So 5, 10, 15, 20. He arrives home at 10:25. So once you've got this point here, you can find where 10:25 is and then just join it up. So it says on the grid below, draw a distance time graph, which I have done there. So question B, it says work out Andrew's average speed for his journey home. So we're looking at the last bit here. So we can see that it was from 10:05, so 5 past 10 to 25 past 10. So that basically means he went 5 kilometers in 20 minutes. So if 20 minutes is 5 kilometers, if we add another 20 minutes, that's another 5 kilometers we add. So that's 10 kilometers. And then if we do 60 minutes, that would mean that he has 15 kilometers there. So in an hour, he would have travelled 15 kilometers, which means that he is traveling at 15 kilometers per hour. So the next one, is this Andrew's fastest average speed during his journey? Explain why. It is because the line is steeper. So if the line is steeper, they're actually traveling at a faster speed.